What's going on, YouTube? It's the Green Shiz here. Hope everybody's doing well. Stop right there in your tracks. You need to go to my link down below in the description. Just did a podcast, interview style podcast with Pokemon DNA on my other channel. Go down below, like it, subscribe it, check it out. Awesome discussion, awesome dude. Highly recommend it. Great guy, great guy. Glad he's in the hobby. Great discussion. I love getting to know it more in depth on other collectors. So go do that. Now, back to the regular programming. We're gathered here today for another sad event. I purchased the card. It was expensive, and let's just roll the tape. So having seen that, one thing I've learned is, ouch. So that was an expensive card. That card, I believe, was $2,700. $2,700. And it shipped in one of these. A 6x4 bubble mailer. No protection. It was in a plastic sleeve. It was in a plastic sleeve inside of a 6x4 mailer. That's it. $2,700 card. In all my days. Has never happened. I ship cards in these, but they're sub $100. Get effing wrecked. Luckily, I recorded it, sent it to the gentleman. This was transacted through Facebook group, so just straight PayPal, no eBay garbage. So I was like, oh boy, here we go. Hopefully this dude is respectful, but in the discussions I had with him prior, I felt him out, and he seemed like a pretty solid dude. So luckily, when I sent him the pictures, first I just sent him the pictures like, hey dude, it arrived cracked. And his response was like, anything you could ever ask for from a seller. Dude, that's insane. Really sorry. I knew sending it in that was not going to be well. I know better. He has many other expensive cards. This is not his first rodeo, but for whatever reason, maybe he didn't have a small flat rate priority box to stuff in some bubble mailers into. I don't know. Those are free at the U.S. Postal Service. Anyways, that happened, and I'm pretty sad because now I need... The card was not damaged. In theory. So looking at it, it did not look damaged. The dude refunded me. I asked for $40 to cover the reholdering, which now I'm losing time because I'm not going to get it back for, 2 months or something like that, which is insane. Plus 3 months. I think it says 90 days. So that blows. It was like $25 to reholder it and then shipping, blah, blah, blah. I asked for $40 and the dude sent me $100. And I told him, I was like, I appreciate it. You didn't have to do all that, but I appreciate it. Assuming it comes back the grade I originally paid for, a 9, I'm not going to come after you for anything else. But if it does come back a lower grade or something like that, I will definitely be hitting you up. So let us pray that it comes back a 9 because it will not match if it is not a 9. I will be extremely disappointed. That card, along with 2 other cards, are on the way to be reholdered. Never done this before. One of them was just a really old slab from PSA. I wanted an updated slab to match the other ones in the set. And then also... my first edition base set Alakazam I purchased a long time ago off Instagram. It arrived. It originally was purchased with a crack. It was just unbeknownst to the seller. Didn't realize it. It was a really small fracture in the slab, so I wanted to get that out, get it reholdered as well. So those 3 slabs are going through that process, and I'm hoping it's less than 90 days. I think they're quoting 90 days for the $30 tier, and I think those are coming back faster than that, so I'm hoping this falls in that line somewhere and it comes back faster than 90 days. Next, I'm going to also be sending in, I already printed all the paperwork, 2 cards to try and cross-grade. Again, as you could tell, I'm not cracking slabs and you're hearing plastic, so I'm sending these to PSA inside of their plastic slabs because I do not have the cojones to crack them to send to PSA at this moment in time. That would be a very ballsy move. So the first one, the Creature Deck Zapdos. I'm sending it in the slab to PSA to see if they'll cross to do a 10. I would put this at a 30% chance of happening. Luckily, it's in the CGC slab. It's a lot easier to kind of see the card because it is a crystal clear slab. There's scratches all over the freaking slab, though, as I mentioned when I purchased it. The slab itself needs to be reholdered if I keep it in the CGC slab. But yeah, so hopefully they can kind of determine where the grades are. The subgrades are all amazing. 2 10s, a 9.5, and a 9 centering, but the 9 centering is complete dog bleep. So I think this has a solid chance at a PSA 10. And I'd rather have a PSA 10 over a 9.5, sorry CGC, that I just can't do it. I want the 10, and it deserves it. And the next one is a BGS slab. This card's also going to try and get reholdered. Minimum grade 9 though. So I have the tournament pack set I'm working towards in a PSA 9. This card I purchased at a pretty solid deal. And this is a BGS 9 without subgrades. And the card looks pretty good. They definitely, I feel, grade tougher on Yu-Gi-Oh! Than Pokemon. For whatever reason, I've seen some clean 9s, 8.5s coming from BGS for Yu-Gi-Oh! To be determined. I'm going to be digging into that a little bit more because there might be a play there. Have never really looked at that as a play, an 8.5 or a 9 BGS card to cross to a higher grade, but it seems they are grading these a little bit easier. So, really hoping for a 9. That would fit right in with the PSA set. If this does not cross grade to a PSA 9, I may cry myself to sleep tonight, and that is not a pretty sight. Let me tell you, me crying is definitely not something you ever want to see. It happens. My family's emotional. I'm emotional. It is life. It's the way the world goes around, if you know what I mean. People cry. It happens. I will cry if it comes back a PSA 9. So, hopefully we avoid that. That's going out probably tomorrow since I'm making this video. And definitely, again, go check out the podcast, the new channel with Pokemon DNA, another podcast I uploaded with my wife. Amazing content. I think so, but I'm in it half of the time, so I enjoy it thoroughly. Hope you do too. Hit the like button, hit the sub button on the way out. And if you haven't stuck around, if you haven't already, a bunch of you probably already have, just want to mention it. You can go also, link down below. Below the podcast is going to be a link to the YouTube video where you can enter to win the CGC 10 Ancient Mew. Go do it. I don't want anybody to miss out, but all the details and stuff are listed inside of that video, and that gives you also another option to go get a second entry. So, on that note, all the advertisements are done. Have a good one. Peace.